Hi, I'm Angie Asche, a registered dietitian and proud partner of Kodiak. So how do you avoid falling short of your health goals? The key is to make them actually realistic and achievable for you, something you can stick to long term. One of the main issues that I see is people making these lofty goals that they think they can attain throughout the entire year, and they're just way too drastic of a change to make overnight. So I'll give you the example of walking. So you probably know by now that walking is so good for our mental health, for our physical health. But the problem with making too large of a goal is, let's say you say, I'm gonna start walking an hour a day every single day. But right now, you're only walking maybe 10 to 15 minutes the entire week. So obviously that's a huge drastic change in the total duration and probably not realistic for you to maintain long term, especially when you're factoring in certain life things that come up that stop us from walking a full hour a day, or just weather conditions, you can't get outside. So instead, try to do a monthly goal is what I recommend. Something like a total minutes per month or a total miles per month that you aim for instead of every single day. And this makes it a lot more realistic for you to hit. And you can also, at the end of the month, reassess and see if it was actually realistic for you to achieve or if you need to tweak it a little bit to be able to do it all year long. Applying that same approach with food, here are 5 of my favorite nutrition hacks. Number 1, aim for at least 20 grams of protein at breakfast. Now this is gonna look a little bit different for everybody, but 20 grams is a really good place to start. And on average, Americans are only getting about 12 grams of protein at breakfast. We know just how important starting your day off is with a high quality breakfast that does have some good sources of protein in it, like eggs, you could do Greek yogurt, you could do cottage cheese. I personally love Kodiak protein oats as a good option too. Number 2, aim for at least 25 grams of fiber for women, 38 grams of fiber for men. Now this is another nutrient that a lot of people fall way too short in. Only 10% of Americans are getting enough fiber in per day. You can increase your fiber by eating more plants. So things like dried fruit, for example, or fresh or frozen fruits and vegetables are a great option. Whole grains, legumes, nuts and seeds all provide some fiber. So getting in a wide variety of fiber-rich foods in your diet is a good way to meet those goals. Number 3, having the majority of your fats coming from monounsaturated and polyunsaturated. Some examples include seeds like hemp seeds, flaxseed, chia seeds. Those are all really good sources, especially of omega-3 fatty acids. Fatty fish is another great option for this. So if you're someone that doesn't eat a lot of fish, that could be a good goal to increase it by 1 or 2 servings per week. Nuts are a great source of this as well, and so are avocados and olive oil. Number 4 is trying to shoot for at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables per day. This is something I think we could all be better at for sure. I would say most Americans do not get enough fruits and veggies every single day. What does 1 serving look like? It's about 1 cup of leafy greens or about a half a cup of any fresh fruit or vegetable. So you could chop this up, half cup fresh fruit or veggie, that'll count as 1 serving. Or about an average size, medium sized piece of fruit would also count as 1 serving. Number 5, eat the rainbow. Having a diversity of plants in your diet is so important for a healthy gut. There's a recent study that showed that if you consume 30 or more plants per week, you have a more diverse gut microbiome than those who eat 10 or fewer plants per week. Now, a plant food constitutes as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, or seeds. So it's not only fruits and vegetables here. This recipe alone has 9 different plant foods in it. Sticking to your health goals can be challenging, but one of my favorite, most convenient solutions is starting with a strong breakfast. I think breakfast is really one of the easiest ways to stay on track for the rest of the day and just the rest of the year in general. Here today we prepped our granola energy bites, which are an excellent source of protein. They have fiber and they have a lot of those plant foods that we talked about. So you're really hitting so many of your health goals with just 1 meal. And by meal prepping them in advance, you know you have a nutritious option all week long. Check out KodiakCakes.com for this recipe and many other meal prep options.